Well, good evening, guys, and welcome to Coming to Your Sofa. And we are here for another fabulous product that we've got, which we're really excited about. And the person that is sat in the green room as we speak, I keep saying I'll give them sandwiches and drinks, but I never do. So, one of these days they're going to kick off, I'm sure of it. So, guys, as always, first things first, let's get it out of the way. Make sure you click that bell at the top to make sure that you get reminded of every time we go live. And then you won't miss any of our fabulous shows and destinations and products that we've got coming up for the rest of the month. So without further ado, I'm going to call across to the beautiful Stoke-on-Trent and our very own, I call her Jane McDonald, but Dawn, are you there from Uniworld?
Hi, all the way down the road in Stoke-on-Trent where the sun is shining.
Oh, hasn't it been beautiful today?
Do you know, it makes you feel so much better, and it's going to be a gorgeous sunset tonight as well. Beautiful. It makes you think that I want to be outside in the garden, not necessarily a beer garden yet, and just sit outside and have, a fire on outside. Yeah, it makes us all feel better, a bit of the sun, doesn't it?
It does, and I've put my jazzy shirt on tonight with flamingos on because I'm thinking we're really getting there, aren't we? We're getting to that point where, fingers crossed, people will be able to get some sort of summer holiday and get away, and a little bit of normality, I think.
Yeah, we're all thinking about it, aren't we? And this, what we'll talk about today, beautiful Bordeaux, where the summers are long and warm, and I think that's what we're all looking forward to, isn't it? Where you have the lovely day all day, and then you can have an evening drink in the sunshine when the sun's still warm. I just can't wait, if I'm honest. Hopefully it's going to be sooner rather than later.
I'm with you on that, Dawn. I mean, I love a good sunset, a glass of wine in hand and watch the sunset. So I was going to say sunrise then, but that'd be a bit early, wouldn't it, with a glass of wine in your hand?
Gone are my days for that, to be fair. I'm too old. I'm an old crock now. So no, I won't be out to partying. That was back a long time ago.
Oh, brilliant. Well, guys, as always, Dawn is here and she's here for the whole show. We are live, as you can see. So any questions you have got, please do pop them in the comments, whichever way it is, up, down, whatever device you're on, and we will answer them shortly. Tell us where you are. What's the weather like where you are? Let us know. And have you been with Uniworld, or are you thinking of? Because these products we're bringing to you are absolutely amazing. And wow, the ships are amazing as well. So Dawn's going to get me out, I'm sure, at some point between now and 2024. I'm sure she'll have me on one.
We hope to sail this year, so I'm hoping so. Most definitely.
Dawn, I'll tell you, we could do a Coming to Your Sofa live from the ship, couldn't we?
What a great idea that is.
How fab, sat on the sofa, and if we don't have to social distance.
I can picture it now on the sun deck. Yes. I'm going to show you when I go on my screen in a minute, and everyone will see the sun deck on board SS Bon Voyage. That's where we can do it from. That'll where we'll be.
Guys, if you think this is a good idea, pop it in the comments, and we'll see what we can organise. But anyway, Dawn, I'll let you share your screen and tell everybody about this fabulous product. And we've got a great feature because we've got there's AJ from the ship, the cruise director, is going to tell them day by day, aren't they?
Yeah, so AJ's recorded a video, and that's where he's based out there, Bordeaux, and in that region as well. So he's recorded. He is the most amazing cruise director. He just is full of enthusiasm, loves the job that he does, and has recorded this just specially for us tonight.
Fantastic. Well, Dawn, I will let you share your screen. We'll get it all on, and I'll let you hand over the floor over to you. Because it's Dawn. I mean, I call her Jane McDonald, but she's been on the airwaves that much with us. I think we might do a show together. We might as well just do every show together, Dawn. You know what I mean?
Well, we could do that. To be fair, we could most definitely.
Just fantastic! Right, I'm just waiting for it to come through now, and then
one second. Let's try again. It's just having a little. This is what happens when you go live, because it's there we go.
It does, and do you know what the good thing is? It's raw,
Can you
Dawn.
see my screen?
Just waiting for it to come through. Yes, we are through. Dawn, the floor is yours. I'll let you tell everybody and get AJ to tell everybody how fabulous this itinerary is, because it is. It's beautiful Bordeaux, and I'm tempted to get a glass of wine if I'm honest while you're talking. But hey ho, right? I'll hand over to you, Donny. The floor is yours, love.
Thank you, Marty. See you in about half an hour with a glass of wine. Thank you, everyone. I know we've taken you to all different places with UniWorld, with our immersive cruises. We've been to India, we've been to Venice, and now we're going to the most beautiful region of Bordeaux. We'll be talking about the rivers that we sail on the Dordogne and on the Garonne as well, the Garonne River as well. It's just the most immersive tour of Bordeaux, and you can see our beautiful ship there. So this is the SS Bon Voyage, and that's the sun deck, and that's where we all can't wait to be on. And because the summers are long and they're warm as well, you've got the you can see you've got the sun lounges, but we've also got the cover at the top just in case it gets too warm. So I'm gonna, before I get too much, I'll get very excited about this itinerary because it is my favourite. It really is my favourite, and the ship is my favourite as well. So I'm just going to talk you through a little bit tonight about who are UniWorld and who we are, who we're part of, a little bit of protocol as well, what's happening, in the whole new world when we sail. We'll hopefully be sailing soon. And we've got a special recording by AJ, who's done this specially just for our evening tonight. A little bit of a video on the ship, not a little bit. We've got a video of the ship as well, and then an offer at the end. So I'm just gonna talk you through about UniWorld and who we are. So who are we? We are a family-run business that's debt-free, and was started by Mr. and Mrs. Tolman, who are still actively involved in the business, and all members of the Tolman family are actually fully involved in all parts of the business. They started with a hotel in South Africa, and now there's over 40 different award-winning brands. So you might have heard of some of them. So we've got Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, and obviously we're talking about UniWorld, and we also have Red Carnation Hotels as well. So these hotels are all throughout the world. So, for example, we've 5 in London, the 5-star hotels. We've got Ashford Castle in Ireland, the 12 Apostles in South Africa. So we're the only river cruise company that has its heritage in a hotelier and being a hotelier. So what happens in our hotels is brought onto the water to the floating boutique hotels. So as we say, we've got over 100 years of experience. We're debt-free. The mantra is throughout the business, not any part of the business is no request is too large or detail too small. It's all about the service that we give. So where do we go throughout the world? So we've lots of ships, mostly in Europe. So you can see there that you can see the rivers of Europe. So whether you want to go on the Danube or on the Main or the Rhine, we've got ships in Portugal, in the Douro. We've got a brand new ship in Italy. I know we've had an evening with on that as well, where we've got the brand new ship, La Venezia, which goes along the Po and the 3 northern lagoons as well, where that is the most amazing itinerary, where we go to private tour to St. Mark's Basilica. And then we've got quite a few, tonight we're going to talk about the region of Bordeaux. So we have a lot of itineraries that are in Europe, but then we also have further afield. So I'm sure that you'll have seen, I know Martin called me Jane McDonald, but the real Jane McDonald has been on, has done 3 different itineraries with UniWorld. So one that was on recently was India. She did a 2-part special with us. We have a ship on the Ganges, and that is a real immersive tour where there's a tour at the beginning, and then where we go and We go and see the Taj Mahal at sunrise and at sunset in Agra, and then we have this amazing river cruise at the end, which is just a fantastic way to see India and seeing the Golden Triangle. That is, if you get a chance to watch the Jay McDonald programme on Catch Up on Channel 5, it's a real good one to watch. And you could actually do and catch up with Martin actually on Coming to Your Sofa as well. And then we have a brand new ship in Egypt, the SS Sphinx. We have a new ship on the Mekong as well. Can't wait for these ships to sail. So she'll be the newest ship on the Mekong as well. And we also have a ship in Russia that goes along the Volga as well. So we have lots of different itineraries, and Martin can help you, and I'm here as well. If you are thinking about river cruise for a first time or where to go next, really, we try and inspire you of where to travel to next with everything that we do at UniWorld. So why a river cruise? So if you've been on a river cruise, I think once you've been once, then you always come back. I'm lucky to have worked in river cruise for quite a while now, but there's just nothing like it. So we ocean cruise. I've got a young family and we love our ocean cruises. But actually, river cruise it's similar but also different. So you can, what's the best thing about a river cruise is you unpack once and it's your floating hotel to a different destination every day. The ships are smaller, so they moor in the heart of the city, so you can get off and walk into town. So like we say, you only need to unpack once, and then you're off on your hotel for the next 7 days. We only have an average of about 120 guests on our ship, which means that you get to experience an intimate onboard experience and atmosphere. And then we have a really high crew staff ratio. So on this ship, on the SS Bon Voyage, testing my knowledge myself here now, we have 124 guests and 50 staff that are on board as well. It truly is immersive. Like we said, the ships can take you to the heart of the destinations, into the centre of the town, and then you can step right off and explore. And also, and I'll talk about this a little bit more, because we're so close as well to the land, where you'd be surprised on board the ships how small the kitchens are. And we don't store, there's frozen food or anything like that. It's all farm to table. So we all in local regional foods and delicacies. And I'm going to talk to you that in a little bit more detail in a second. So why UniWorld? There's lots of river cruise companies all doing something fantastic. We just think that we're doing something a little bit different. So why UniWorld? So we pride ourselves on having the highest standards and giving the best service, both on board and offshore as well. All of our ships are unique, which is different to other people. So they are built for the region that we're in. So if we're in Bordeaux, which would be a different style of ship, and the interior would be completely different. If we were in Venice and we were on the Po and on La Venezia, they're created and the interior is all inspired for the region that she sails in as well. So every ship is different. We don't, they're all one of a kind. Outstanding service. So it's your home for the next 7 days, and service is core to everything that we do. And like I said earlier, we stand by the mantra of no request is too large or detail too small. So as soon as you walk on our ship, so you'd walk down and you'd come to our ship and you'd be greeted by an amazing smile, a glass of bubbles, and then you have those lovely smells when you get on board, and there's a smile always waiting for you from the members of staff. I remember going on my first river cruise with UniWorld, and I was on the SS Antoinette, and then I was lucky to go onto another ship, and I was on Joie de Vivre, and there was a similar member of staff, there was the same member of staff, sorry, that was on the next ship. And my usual tipple is maybe a gin and tonic in the evening with a Hendrix with a slice of cucumber. And when I went on to the next ship and the same member of staff was there and I went into the lounge, that gin and tonic with that slice, with the Hendrix with a slice of cucumber was waiting for me. And that's something that stayed with me for ever since I've been with Uniworld and I've been here a while. Just that outstanding service that I was recognised when I went back onto the ship again. So also we have culinary excellence. So as we were saying earlier, so everything that we have is farm to table. So it's all fresh ingredients that's on board. If you have a diet requirement, you just need to let Martin know and then we can cater for that as well. We pride ourselves on farm to table. So we'll have regional dishes that are on board. And we have a little corner as well. And AJ is going to talk to you about that as well. Where, for example, we have oyster tasting when we're on board, and they're just half an hour. They're gathered just half an hour away. They're shucked in front of you and given to you with a glass of wine, with regional wines. So it's to that detail. But if you wanted something, maybe you wanted a steak or chicken or a salad, for example, then you just need to let us know, and then we'd be able to do that for you, no problem. There is a menu that gives you different alternatives as well. We truly are all inclusive. Your excursion, and at the end of the presentation, I'll talk about all the things that are included. But we do say you can leave your purse or your wallet at home. So, for example, we have 28 varieties of whiskey on board, and of 19 of those are complimentary that are on board as well. So your flights are included, your drinks and your excursions and Wi-Fi and gratuities. We are the most all-inclusive river cruise line. And then guest wellbeing, it's the most important thing we do. And I'm going to talk about protocol in the new world in a second. And then we've got offers as well for 21 and 22. And today I've got an exclusive offer with Martin for 2022. So just talking about protocol, I just wanted to talk to you about it. You know, we get asked questions about protocol and what's going to be different on board our ships. Well, we've ensured that we follow all of the guidance from CLIA, who the WTTC, our team is expertly trained by an external company as well. We ask people about to declare a mandatory wellbeing declaration, and then we'll have touchless temperature screen setting, screen as well. And we've got onboard protocols. So on our ships, because all river cruise ships are more or less the same size. It's because they need that because they're going under the bridges and through the locks. But on our ships, we have less guests on board. So we have more space for multiple dining venues as well. So you haven't got everyone in one space. So in the new world, that has worked well on our ships as well. And even when you're off board as well, all of our tours and all of the excursions are on a small group basis. And that's what we've always done because we want to give you that experience. So yes, there are some changes that we will be making and making sure that we adhere to all guidelines, but we've always done things on a small, intimate scale anyway. And then we have a flexibility to, to change your plans. We've got all these in place, but we've also a flexible plan policy as well. So what I'm going to do now is just hand over to Adrian. I've just told you a little bit about Uniworld and who we are. AJ his name's Adrian, but we call him AJ, is just going to now just talk you through day-to-day itinerary and about how fabulous this itinerary actually is.
So hello everybody, AJ here. and I would like to talk to you about brilliant Bordeaux. We are sailing 8 days on the SS Bon Voyage. So looking at the highlights, as always, so much to experience. Highlights Bordeaux. It's the capital of French wine. Secondly, Saint-Emilion. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but certainly a real treasure trove for the eye, discovered together. And last but not least, we'll discover together Medoc, the great kings of red wine. So here we are, starting in Bordeaux, 3 different bodies of water: the Garonne, the Dordogne, and the Gironde estuary, which is this enormous body of water which filters out towards the Atlantic Ocean. And what I love about this cruise is you really have the sensation that you are out at sea. You're always under the influence of the tide, and that's what really makes this experience very unique in her identity. On the bigger picture, Bordeaux can be linked via TGV train to our friends on the SS Joie de Vivre with our Paris program. So here she is. She is new since 2019. And we start with the top deck because she really is a treat. That top deck, there are no low bridges on this itinerary, so we can always work with the functionality of the infinity pool here, these tables with shade for al fresco lunches. It really is a beauty of a boat. And that accelerates itself also downstairs into the staterooms. The detailing, the detailing of not just the fabrics, but the functionality of the staterooms is certainly to be applauded. Unique in every sense of the word. You see here the different categories of staterooms, the details from just having shoe shine, the umbrella in your wardrobe, all of these wonderful little details through towards the little turn down gifts on your bed every evening. And here you see the bigger picture, the art collection. There's these wonderful Provençal colors coming through with the art collection, and that yachtsman's finish of the wood effect seen throughout. And here in the main Salon Champagne, the main lounge bar, those banquettes are facing out towards the river and the estuaries. You've always got these wonderful views as you sit and watch a life pass by. Once again, those mini palms cascading down. You're bringing the outside inside, this very natural kind of eco-friendly environment. A little bit of out of Africa. You've got these dried lavender plants throughout, beautifully aesthetic with the parquet floor. She really is a treat. And downstairs, it's crisp. I think that's the word. A real crisp finish to this boat. Downstairs, the journey of culinary reflects local dishes, local flavors, local ingredients, and of course the master chef, as always, experts in their field of French kitchen. And back up towards the top deck, here you have the kind of longer picture of the top deck with shade, which is important. And then at the very rear of the vessel, you have this location, the Café du Soleil, perfect for a private venue, for wine tastings, also for our alfresco lunches, the opportunity to dine outside. Beautifully done. More venues, the Cave du Vin, a wine tasting location, but also a venue for private dining, bringing those moments of together with friends, with family, almost your own private dining room experience. Secondly, La Brasserie, once again having somewhere alternative to dine. It makes the experience more special. A lighter affair with the menus, but certainly a beautifully acquainted environment. The polish is in the service, the people, the smiles, the friendliness, and of course the delivery of such fine products on board. And so here we are. The landscapes are changing day to day, but typically the vineyards reign supreme over this itinerary. And let's have a little peep at where we start after leaving Bordeaux. So arriving in Blaye, and the good news is it's nothing to do with wine. And that's the joy this week. It's not just a wine cruise. I have to stress that. This is a 16th century fortress, built in the great days of Louis XIV. Some friends will discover it. Some friends will take this magical journey along the estuary. Other friends, well-being, a yoga class in the fortress. You can't top this stuff. It really is a kind of a lovely balance of well-being and history together on this first day. We link it with Bourg, a little village. We'll sail to it in the afternoon, and we'll end the day with a can dress rehearsal before a can show after dinner. I mean, the detailing in this itinerary is just magical. Day 3, we're sailing. We'll have a lecture on board World War II. We're then going to stop in the middle of nowhere, a historical monument, Fort Medoc. And a young man named Bertrand is driven all the way from the Bay of Arcachon with fresh oysters. Physically, he'll crack them open for us in this fortress, al fresco, with a glass of white wine. I mean, you can't top this. It's amazing. That is, in essence, our aperitif. And we're now going to sail through towards Pauillac. One size does not fit all. Choices. Let's go bike. Let's discover the Medoc Wine Road or the bunkers. Some friends here physically cycling through the vineyards with a wine tasting. Other friends taking this wine road, seeing the architectural glamour of these estates and wine tasting at a classified chateau. Other friends, I'm not interested in wine. Fair enough. Let's talk about World War II. A man called Jean-Paul will welcome he lived through the war, and his legacy is looking after bunkers as though the German army have just left, beautifully restored. And this really is a story from his heart, a wonderful, wonderful experience. Thereafter, we're now sailing up the Garonne River, a port called Cadillac. Different choices, be it the Royal Chateau of Cazeneuve. The owners physically meet us. He's a Count Louis, had to be a Louis. He will meet us. He will show us his private apartments. I mean, the family physically live there today. You can't top this. And we'll combo this with the local appellation, sweet white wine, Sauternes, or the art connection, Chateau Malromé. Malromé, the link here, Henri Toulouse-Lautrec. His mother lived here. This is where he came every summer. And we'll delve into his troubled past as a post-impressionist artiste. And here she is, Saint-Emilion, this ubiquitous cachet of underground monuments, great architecture, phenomenal wines. We'll really delve into her joy, and she is joyful. And certainly everybody has a special place for her. You'll have that moment to, stroll, watch the world go by, people watch, have your own little wine tasting. This day really gives you ample opportunity to fall in love with this very special place of France. Now to Libourne, we're docked next to a farmer's market. You can't beat this. We'll visit the farmer's market, some little nibbles, and we'll combine this as part of our village day by visiting local people. Fantastic. Before we culminate in Bordeaux, on the way, more entertainment. George Smith, these wonderful British boys, which bring back the great days of a British guitar band. We have a concept called paint and sip. Sip and express yourself. But arriving in Bordeaux, you can be as a local does. Take the tram and physically eat your way through the city on day 7 and admire the architecture, which is very Paris-esque. Or take our cycles out with our escorted bike tour. There's also the opportunity to visit the Cité du Vin, this fabulous wine exhibition. We'll give you the tickets. But here she is. You can see the glamour. She is a surprise. She'll take your breath away because she is not the obvious, but certainly almost Versailles-esque city in her identity. We call her the Sleeping Beauty, and I hope you can join us on board this discovery of brilliant Bordeaux on the SS Bon Voyage. Last reflections. Look at that dessert. Look at the cheese platters there. I mean, really, the team are experts in their delivery, not just of the hardware, but also the software. That welcome back smile, that welcome back towel. That is what makes Uniworld so unique and so special to travel with. From the entire operation, as always, thank you very much for listening. And coming up, that very special 2-minute video on the SS Bon Voyage. Thank you.
Oh, I could listen to AJ all day, actually, and he's the most amazing cruise director, brings it to life, and I've been on a number of cruises with him. So thank you, AJ, for that. I'm just going to show you a short video of the ship. So we've seen the day-to-day, and let me show you now what it actually looks like on board the ship.
Yeah, we are currently on the super ship Bon Voyage, formerly the River Royale. It truly is a floating boutique hotel. It's an experience.
I'm really pleased to be here on the super ship Bon Voyage in the Bordeaux region of France. The decor truly reflects everything that is magical about this part of the world.
Once you've experienced it, you're never going to forget it.
Not only have we added 4 new suites, 4 new dining options, including the Cave de Vin, we have a one-of-a-kind infinity pool on the top deck, the Soleil deck of the ship. And in Bordeaux, in southern France, the summers can be warm, but perhaps there's no better way to see the river than from a dip in an infinity pool with a cocktail in your hand, overlooking the gorgeous scenery of Bordeaux, France.
She is beautiful. She has it. I would describe it, the ship having a yacht-like finish actually on board. She is truly unique and a fantastic vessel. So I did say at the beginning I would just go through what's included with Uniworld. So we said about the staff and the staff ratio that we have. So all our ships are one of a kind. Gratuities are all included as well. So your flights are included as well, or Eurostar if you wanted to take Eurostar. We have butlers in our suites that are trained by Buckingham Palace. Dining options that are all included, unlimited beverages, premium spirits, beer, wine, regional wines as well that are included. And we did say earlier as well that we have 28 different whiskies and 19 are all included. It's all English speaking when you're on board as well. We have these immersive tours. So the tours that we have, so for example, if Martin and I were going on a river cruise together, it's tailor-made on the water because we can choose a different excursion to go on. So I might want to go shopping with the chef and Martin might be doing a bike ride that day. And then we can meet back for lunch, or depending on how long the excursion is, or we could do the same excursion. So there's lots of options, really. I would say with a Uniworld River Cruise, you should do the holiday your way. These things are all included. If you wanted to stay on board the beautiful ship, but that's okay as well. Or you wanted to do, as AJ was talking, do as the locals do, a walk into town, and go on a walking excursion, then they're included. We have bikes as well. So we have cycle tours, but actually you might want to just take a bike, have a packed lunch that is prepared by the chefs on board, and then go off for it. Speak to AJ, for example, who on this cruise, ask him where the best place, maybe go for a picnic or to sail along the river, somewhere that's quite flat, if that's what you want, and then just sail along, cycle along, and that is just a really nice way to explore as well, using the bikes that we have as well. We set them up for you. We give you the helmet. We give you all the details as well. Your Wi-Fi is included as well on board the ship. That's all included. The entertainment's included as well. So, as we said, you can leave your purse and wallet at home because there's nothing else to think about. So I do have an exclusive offer with Martin. We've a fantastic new campaign, Cruise Back into Travel. So this itinerary is 8 days, 7 nights on board the SS Bon Voyage. So we have an exclusive price of $2,789 per person, and that includes everything. That is then included all those things that we went through at the same time. You can do flights or Eurostar, and there is an early booking discount that's included of 10%. So I know we're going to have some questions and answers now. I just wanted to say thank you for your time. It's been about half an hour. Tried to make it as interesting as possible, and AJ's done a great job as well. But this itinerary is just absolutely fantastic. Like I say, new ship that she was reimagined in 2019, and she does have those yacht-like finishes, and as you can see on that picture there, that's our infinity pool where you could then take a dip. We all can't wait to be sailing again soon. So I'm just going to go back to Martin now and have some questions and answers. Thank you everyone for your time.
Now then, Dawn, you've made a mistake in that presentation. When you said about the excursions and me and you being on that cruise, do I really look like I'd be on a bike?
To be fair, we would have a giggle, wouldn't we?
We would. Well, you know my experience with bikes on river cruises. Yeah, it's not good.
To be fair, as soon as I said it, I thought, I should have swapped it around.
It would be me, yeah. I'd be with the chef going, right, we'll have that and that, fling a bit of garlic in, and we'll bring that back on the ship and we'll cook it, and yeah. Absolutely.
We do have cooking demonstration actually on board. So you're using all the local ingredients that come on. So yeah, with a glass of wine, or maybe a gin and tonic. But also we have gorgeous coffees as well. It's just a lovely itinerary, and I think I mentioned it, and AJ mentioned it. The oysters that resonated with me. They're just caught from it, and well, half an hour. Have you not tried it? Just half an hour down the road, shocked in front of you with a local crisp glass of white wine.
No, it's an experience, and some people would love it. But I'm going to be, me, Dawn. I'm a good northern lad. I'm honest. I'm not an oyster person. Not an oyster person at all. I had them once, and I was like, oh. Yeah,
but did you have these ones?
Well,
in the region of Bordeaux? Yeah, not the ones in Southport.
No, well, I'll be tempted again to do it. So, yeah, I mean, AJ really brought it to life, didn't he? What was going on and what you're going to do each day, and it is a fabulous itinerary, and the saving is over £700 per person. That's a good saving, Dawn.
That's because you've got an exclusive on it. There's a group that's already going, that you've already got a lot of passengers already on it. So because you are one of our preferred suppliers, so that's why we've been able to do that. But yeah, it sells very well, Bordeaux. Lots of people say, is it a wine cruise? And mark it as a wine cruise, but actually there's so much more, because we have regional wines anyway. You want to go and experience everything else that the region of all these the different rivers have in the estuary. You want to go and experience that, and you can come back and have wine, or you can go off and have a drink as well. So it's not just about wine.
Well, it's about the food, isn't it, in the region, and visiting the chateaus, and you can go and visit wine vineyards and see how wines made if you're into your wines and things. So, or you can just go and have a glass of wine if you want, which I quite like.
The famous region of Saint-Emilion, but we do have a connoisseurs cruise, certain dates where we go to Rémy Martin, and you can have caviar as well. So that's a different experience. So it's the same itinerary, but we just have it on certain sailings as well.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to do that sort of thing, but we do have that at the same time.
But I think that's the good thing, isn't it? Like you said, you can it's your own cruise. You can tailor make it to exactly what you want. You might want to go and visit the vineyards. I might want to go and visit a chateau, and you can meet up again for lunch and see who's had the most wine.
Yeah, most definitely. This itinerary reminds me of. Do you watch Escape to the Chateau?
Which one?
Escape to the Chateau.
No, I've not watched that.
Oh, have you not? Well, with Dick and Angel, it's just that French feel, and just so relaxed, and just the food is all everywhere you go. It's regionalised. It's something a little bit different. And AJ said we have that little corner where each day, depending where we go, we have something a little bit different, and the menu reflects that at the same time. But if you did want, actually tonight I fancied a steak, well, you can have that as well. So it's not stuffy on board. It's relaxed. When you're on board, it's very relaxed.
Well, that's it. In the world, you dress how you feel, don't you? So if you want to wear your walking trousers and your things when you're going off walking, with all your pockets in to take your map, and not that you'll need your map because you're being guided, but so you can take your camera, your selfie stick, you can do it. You're not going to be looked upon or frowned upon, are you?
No, absolutely not. It's your home for the next 7 days, so we want you to be comfortable. You're treated like family when you're on board, so it's a really nice, when we're looking at the different itineraries to talk about, this is definitely one of my favorites. It's my favorite ship because it's like a yacht-like finish. There's lots of woods, and it's very crisp, and it's very light as well. There's a sense of space on board because all river cruise ships are a similar size because of the locks and the bridges, but because it's so light an area, it gives that sense of space.
It does. And I mean, one of the questions I have been asked is, with the rail, so you can do Eurostar, is that direct to Bordeaux, or is that you've got to change trains and it's regional rail?
Yeah, so then you would go via Paris, and then the TGV down. And I've actually done that in a previous life before, when I worked with Ocean Cruise, and it's really nice. Change in Paris. I got the Eurostar. It wasn't where it is now. It wasn't St. Pancras. That's how long ago it is.
It was Waterloo.
Yeah, Waterloo or somewhere in Kent. So I did that, and it's lovely, and you can go on a sleeper train as well, which is really good. They're included, and so when your clients come to you, we will give all different options there to make sure you're at the ship on time. Something else that we've done actually that I didn't mention. So
you're going to steal my thunder now. I was just going to ask that question.
About self-drive.
Yeah, because this is really new, isn't it? And it's a really good idea, I think, at the moment.
So this came about because first lockdown, France has always been really popular for us, but people still wanted to do it, but not necessarily wanted to fly. So what we've put together is an option of self-drive.
Okay.
So we would give some examples of some hotels. You would book your hotels and, you know, examples of ferry crossings, and we can give if you didn't take Eurostar, you didn't give didn't take the flights on Eurostar, then we would give an additional discount.
Okay.
Plan all those times that we've said I'd like to travel through France, where, you know, you could go to Reims, for example. You might go to Paris and then go to Reims. You might Dover, Calais, and drive to Reims and maybe stay in a chateau house, you know, or a winery, and then meander through France. And then there's this fantastic cruise at the end. Or otherwise, you might want to get a different ferry on the other side of France and do it that way. But it's one of those lovely things that we can help you to plan.
So again, it's that make your own holiday, isn't it? You know, you could extend it instead of going for the 8 days, 7 nights. You could actually make it 2 weeks. You know, and go and tour around France and end up with a cruise, or vice versa, as you say. You could do it the other way, so you could go the other side of France, do your cruise, and then you could head back through and then come all the way around, do a circle.
Yeah, and Santander, you know, and come that way, and then meander, go one way, come one way, and then another way back.
Yeah. Wow.
So with that, we would get your parking for you. So we would secure your car. So we have got car parks that are secure, that are right next to the ship. So then your car's safe for, you know, all the time, the 8 days that you're on board, and we will sort out all that for you.
What a fabulous idea that is. I might have to look into that myself. But then I think Eurostar. Now I'm gonna hold my hands up here. I mean, I've worked in the industry for 25 years. I remember going through the Channel Tunnel with my car, but I've never done Eurostar.
Have you not?
No.
Always go for premium. It's just, you know, first class, but you just get a little bit more leg room, and it is a lovely, relaxed way to go on holiday, because somebody else has got the stress, haven't they? So it's the in Paris, you might have to change stations depending, you know, where we're going to, but it's very easy. It's very simple, and we book all those for you.
God, that's just a quick cab, isn't it, between the stations and things? Yeah. So, but I mean, one thing that is good, that if you don't like the hassle of the airports, you know, or you don't want to fly, and you're going to go by rail, your check-in time isn't it 30 minutes before the train departs, instead of this 2 hours before, and you've got an hour to get to the airport. You know what I mean? I mean, you could add an extension on in London as well. You could do a couple of nights in London, and then.
That's what lots of people do. So they'll do a night in London. If they were getting Eurostar, then they'd have a night in London before. So there's different train times anyway, and they are frequent. But yeah, a night in London, make the most of it. And then just a leisurely trip across to St. Pancras.
Gee, you know, the possibilities are endless, aren't they, with Uniworld, which is all great, you know, and that's what we need at the moment, is having something a little bit different and being able to be, you know, flexible. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we've covered everything, Dawn, haven't we? I mean, yeah, I know. I would say one thing is this: on some of your other itineraries that Uniworld feature, you can do Eurostar as well, can't you? So there are. Just call us and we can discuss it with you.
Yeah, so, you know, from Amsterdam with the new route on Eurostar, then we've got a ship in Paris, the Joie de Vivre. You can do that one, which is quite easy as well. So what we've tried to be is flexible, not just the norm that we have. So a flight from A to B. More and more people want to do it a different way or their own way. So we are flexible in that, most definitely. And this is just a lovely itinerary with the rolling hills in Bordeaux, and the ship's lovely with that affinity pool, sitting there with a glass of something is just fantastic.
And just one thing, Dawn, at Uniworld, don't they have generation cruises as well on certain itineraries a certain time of the year?
Yeah, we do. So generations is where we have children on board. So we don't usually have children, but we have certain dates.
Yeah.
So on certain itineraries. So for example, we would have on La Venezia in school. One is in school holidays. So I think it's something like the 23rd of July, off the top of my head, where it has, so for example, why is it different? So we'll have maybe pizzas on for the children. So there's other there's other cuisines for children as well. And then we might have some smaller bikes, for the bike tours and those sort of things. And then, for example, when we're on the Danube, when we go to the BMW garage.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's those sort of things. And if it's not on the right day, it's on BMW, then we would go to the Audi garage. But those sort of things that are adapted for a family-friendly cruise, really.
And that, I don't think anybody else does that out there. I think you're unique in that. Like Uni World Art it's boutique, but it is unique, and you come up with these amazing ideas, and be the first out there to do certain things like the self-drive. Nobody's done it. But so again, guys, if it's something you're looking at, let us know and we can talk to Dawn about dates if there are any for a generation cruise. So Dawn, the fabulous, my little Jane McDonald, you've been fabulous as ever, and I'm sure you'll be messaging me with another fabulous destination that you feature. So because we've done, if you want to look back, guys, have a look. We have done an evening in India, we've done an evening in Portugal, an evening in Italy. We've now done an evening in Bordeaux. I think we need to get a few more in the
We've
pot.
done Dubai, haven't we? We've done Dubai, and I am about to, if it's okay with you, Martin.
Hang on. Do I need to get my diary out?
The Mekong, I think we'll do next, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Brand new ship. She's not sailed yet because she's not been able to. So no one steps on board at the minute, and our long haul program is doing really, really well because people want that bucket list destination. They want something a little bit different, and she'll be the newest ship on the Mekong as well. So that's our next one. That, or we could also look at Egypt.
Yeah,
maybe people could comment of which one they want next.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Let's do that. If you want to know your choice, should we go to the Mekong, have an evening in the Mekong, or should we have an evening in Egypt? Let us know, guys, and we'll certainly get that on for you. Guys, as always, thank you for joining in. Don't forget to like and share the page if you would like to book this amazing itinerary for Bordeaux. Do give me a call on 0161 735 0112. As always, you can get me on Facebook or you can email me, martin@theholidayyvillage.com. Click the bell if you are watching, guys. Don't forget, or you'll miss out on these fabulous destinations and deals that we have coming. And we will be back with you with another episode very soon. Dawn, thank you very much, and bye for now, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.